Most people think creators with personal brands make money through sponsorship. And that's the reason why most of the creators out there are completely broke. Because sponsorships are just one way of actually monetizing a personal brand. In reality, there are creators with 10,000 followers making more money than million followers. Because it's not always about getting more views, it's also about what are you actually doing with your audience. Because some of the most successful creators and entrepreneurs that I see right now do not just make money from sponsorship or brand deals, they make money through multiple businesses where content becomes a vehicle to drive sales for their business. And which is exactly why two people can have the same exact audience but be making completely different numbers. So today I'm going to be talking about what are the exact ways that you can monetize and rank each and every way from all the way from 7 to the best one, which is 1. Hi, my name is Varshit. I made over $100,000 last year completely from my personal brand and built my personal brand to 80,000 plus followers. I've also worked with multiple coaches, consultants and creators to help them make more money to double their revenue in under 3 months. If you want to work with me to scale your coaching business completely from scratch by building your personal brand, the link is in the description to schedule a call with me. No further ado, let's jump into the video. I've taken 7 different ways to monetize your brand and I've ranked them based on these 3 criteria. The first one is going to be volume. Number 2 is how predictable it is. And the number 3 is going to be revenue potential. That's it. So let's jump in. On number 7, it is community. So I know like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but communities are massively overrated because they are very standalone businesses. Don't get me wrong. I love communities. I've also ran communities before as well, like charging a couple of $10, $20 per month subscriptions. But I think communities are really overrated, like especially in India or especially in like, if you're in a very saturated niche, communities become a thing that people usually ignore unless you're in a very, very tight knit niche. Because let's say you're in a vegetarian baking niche. Now this is something that is very niche in general. Since the niche is very, very small, what happens is such online communities become a great way for people to connect. But let's say if it's a marketing community of, let's say, to scale your personal brands, now that is not really that niche, especially in 2026. So people do not really need communities in a sort of way to actually learn this. Again, like don't get me wrong, it is great, but what's gonna come next is gonna be even better than communities. Like in my opinion, communities work the best when you have something attached to it, right? It can be a coaching program, it can be a mentorship, it can be a consulting offer and something like that. The biggest problem with communities is you require a lot of volume. Like you'll need a lot of traffic coming into your community. And second thing is the revenue isn't always that predictable. That's exactly why I don't think it's a great system. Second thing is scalability. I don't really know people running communities that make some $1 million a month, and that's why I would rank this at number 7. On number 6, we have affiliate marketing. Now affiliate marketing is one of the easiest ways to monetize in a personal brand. Again, don't get me wrong, you're not promoting some Amazon products or some Shopify or Alibaba products or something like that. The kind of products that you're going to provide here is primarily, like for me especially, like the biggest creators out there, the biggest entrepreneurs right there usually promote softwares, and that too like high ticket softwares, right? Somewhere people paying subscriptions worth like $90, $100, $200, $300, because that's exactly where you can actually earn a lot of money from your, the affiliate links and all that stuff. Because usually what happens is if you're helping someone sign up for a $5 affiliate program, unless you have insane amount of volume and an insane amount of product, it's not going to really work. Again, I would really put this at number 6 is because you need a lot of volume to actually get such affiliate revenue coming in. And second thing is you've got to be in a very good niche that actually sells a lot of people. And third thing is, again, it is great as a income source like a community, but not gonna be a secondary or a primary source as well. And that's the reason why I'm gonna put it at 6. At number 5, we have brand deals. Yes, I started the video with telling that, hey, like brand deals are not the best way to make money. And that's the reason why it's at number 5. Because brand deals are a great way, again, to generate some passive income and get paid for a single reel or a single shout out. But like, again, the reason why I would not recommend brand deals to be the primary or the secondary source of income is because it's not predictable. You might have views today, you might not have views tomorrow. And if that happens, your brand deals quite literally vanish. And that's exactly why I would not recommend this to be your primary or secondary source of income. And that's why I wouldn't put it at number 5. Now, number 4, we have UGC. Now, this is where we're getting into interesting stuff and we're getting into like primary and secondary incomes. UGC stands for user generated content. And unlike the previous 3 buckets that I've spoke about, for this way of making money online, you do not really need massive audience. Yes, you heard me right. You only need skills, and brand needs content every single single day. Like, you do not have to be an influencer. They just need you, your skills, your face, and the way you edit your videos or the way that you create your videos. Because what they're gonna do is run it as ads or something like that. They're gonna use those creatives in any purposes, and for that they're gonna pay you based on the number of videos that you create for them or the kind of performance that you actually generate for them. Now at number 3, we have courses and digital products. Now we are getting into serious stuff. Iman Ghazi is one of the best known people in such industry. He is also called as the goat of info, right? And the reason is because of his courses and the digital products that he was able to sell. It is one of the best ways to actually start making money online for sure. But the problem here is when people are paying for a high-end courses, the expectations have gone up because a lot of people have stopped caring a lot with do-it-yourself courses and all that stuff. The market, I feel, especially being in info space, I think the demand for such courses have gone down because of some bad reputation, because of the experience that other people had, and because of a lot of creators who really publish stupid ass courses and stick a very huge price tag, and people actually end up buying, unfortunately, and later they realize it's fucked up, right? And that's exactly why the demand for courses have kind of gone down. Now at number 2, we have coaching and consulting. Now this is one of my favorite business models ever, because first of all, you do not need hundreds of thousands of followers. You do not need millions and thousands of views. You simply need expertise. If you're an expert in a certain topic, if you can create content about it, if you can build a very good personal brand, you are pretty much sorted, to be really honest with you. Like, it might sound very simple, but that's exactly what it is. So number 1 is going to be agency. So like, I know a lot of people might disagree with it because they think coaching and consulting might be number 1, but I completely disagree with that. The only reason, I'll tell you what, the direct conversion that I've gotten from my personal brand was just 30%. But the reason the clients want to work with me is because they've seen my personal brand. I've built that social trust by building my personal brand, and that's exactly why they started working with me. So again, like, another reason why I would also rank this is, first of all, the volume that you need is not really necessary. You do not really need millions and millions of views or millions and millions of followers. Second thing is it predictable? Yes, it is predictable. The third thing that I like is the scalability factor, because if you look at any other business models here, right, I would say like communities, affiliates as well will compound, and after that this agency model compounds later on. So yeah, if you have noticed something interesting throughout the list, the bottom half requires attention and the top half requires expertise, right? And that's why so many creators struggle as well. Again, if you're a coach or a consultant or a service provider who wants to get more leads to your business and actually build your personal brand into a predictable lead acquisition channel, the link is in the description. I will personally take your call, and I personally understand what you're going through and how we can actually scale your brand in the next 90 to 120 days. If you think what I provided was valuable, I would really appreciate a subscribe button, because that will motivate me to keep posting more such content and keep giving more such value so you can become better every single day. Peace.